And it's presented by your local Farm Bureau insurance agent.
Good morning, good morning. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone, WRKS. You can also watch the show live on YouTube Live. Search Out of Bounds Sports, YouTube channel, app, however you want to look at it. YouTube Live, search Out of Bounds Sports. Welcome in. The SEC Insider Hit this morning is brought to you by Ace Bolt and Screw, powered by DeWalt Tools. Number one selection of DeWalt Tools in the Southeast, Ace Bolt and Screw. It's been a while since we've had our next guest on, but we're excited that the Golden Moon Casino will open this Friday. Dancing Rabbit Golf Club has been open. They never closed. But excited that the Golden Moon Casino will open this Friday, which means the Timeout Sportsbook will be open. And they're doing the super, super awesome, cool promo again, as we know we'll have the NFL. So I say as we get football kicked off, among other things that Hopwood oversees, NBA, MLB, and all sorts of other things. But you can bet $50 at the Timeout Sportsbook in the Golden Moon Casino, and you can play Dancing Rabbit Golf Club for $30. That's pretty awesome. So we want to welcome in the director of the Sportsbook at the Golden Moon Casino. He is Chris Hopwood. Chris, good morning, buddy.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, man, we're glad you're back. We're glad y'all are opening. We're excited that you're opening this Friday. We know that we're going to have NFL football. We're going to assume right now we're going to have SEC football, kind of play it from there. Let me ask you, let's start with this. How much different will it be for you and your team and others to handicap these games knowing that you could lose like 12 players during the week to COVID?
Yeah, it makes things tough. I mean, you just got to look and see which players would end up missing the games, and you basically have your ratings on what those players are worth. I mean, if it's some of the starters, the line can be adjusted a lot. I mean, if you've watched any of the NBA games, some of the lines have moved 8 to 10 points because the stars have missed. Or it makes things tough. It almost makes it more random for the customers at this point.
Wow, 8 to 10 points in the NBA. That's a lot. So I can't imagine if like Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, guys that impact the game at the most important position, that's definitely going to move the line, Chris.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if the starting quarterback goes out, I mean, we saw last year or the previous years when Brady with the suspensions and things like that, the line would move almost a full touchdown, just because of the value of what the quarterback position is or the star players. We want football, we want sports, but we also want our guests to be able to have something to play, and because everyone knows they love sports.
Right. All right, so you guys opening back up on Friday, and the sportsbook will be open. The Golden Moon Casino will be open. They've taken all the precautions necessary as far as safety and protocol and so on. And Dancing Rabbit Golf Club is rolling, and you can bet $50 at the sportsbook or more. Chris would love for you to bet $5,000, but anyway, you can bet $50 or more, and they're going to hand you a ticket or slip, and you can go play Dancing Rabbit Golf Club for $30, which is a lot of fun. So you can go over there, check out what they have as far as total. For example, the Saints. I don't know if Chris has this in front of him, but total wins for the Saints. You can do some of that, or Dak and the Cowboys, and then bam, you can play at the Azaleas and or the Oaks at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. Speaking of, do you have the Saints total wins in front of you?
So right now, since we just reopened some of the stuff, we don't have it up, but I know it'll probably be around 10.5, slightly favored to the under. But since we just got back started, because we just opened our other property, the Bocoma Casino in Sandersville, this past Friday, so we're getting things in order. We're just trying to make sure what's going on, because we don't want to hold the customers' money if there's something happens and we don't have certain events.
All right. So do you have any of the win totals No.
Those will be actually be going up probably today or tomorrow, so that we have them for when we reopen the property.
Okay.
But I know like the Saints, like I said, the Saints will be probably right around 10.5. If you got some other ones, I can look up to see where they'll be.
Yeah. Well, all right, Dallas Cowboys. This is Dak Country 2. Where do you have the Cowboys for 2020?
We'll probably have them around 10. Maybe like the over will be slightly favored to probably like -120, -130 over 10.
Okay. All right. So Dak and the Cowboys with their new coach, Mike McCarthy. Oh, let's go Tampa Bay since Brady. So Brady's new. They've added some other pieces. They're in the same division as the New Orleans Saints. Could be a heck of a race in the NFC South, maybe between those two. We definitely expect the Saints to be good. Where do you expect Tampa Bay to fall, Chris?
Right, it's probably gonna be 9.5, and that'll be probably a heavy favorite to go over. But I mean, these are numbers I had written down. We just haven't put them in the system yet, just because we've been preparing to reopen.
Okay, man, I'm fired up about Brady and Tampa Bay.
It should be fun to see what he can do on a new team.
Yeah, playing in some warm weather and some sunshine. Chris Hopwood, director of the Sportsbook, Golden Moon Casino, joining us on the Parish Brewing Hotline. You're listening to the Out of Bounds Show on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. So I would think that y'all are expecting a pretty nice crowd over the weekend.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're definitely hoping for it. I mean, after watching our other property open up and we had lines outside waiting for the 12 o'clock hour to hit so they can reopen, and I think it was like 12:01, and we had 5 people standing at the kiosk down at our other property. So hopefully the same thing happens up here.
No, I think it will. I think it will. And it's a good thing that we know that we'll have the NFL, and we'll just have to wait and see on college football. What do you have? What are you preparing to put up, or do you just kind of see what plays out over the next 4 days as far as college football, Chris?
Well, we were getting prepared to put some college football stuff up this past weekend, and then once we heard some of these things going on with the media, with what possibly could happen, we put it on hold. But as soon as we get an announcement, we're going to go forward with putting up some of the game lines for the first week and possibly the bigger games, especially now that the SEC has the schedule that they announced. Mm-hmm. And we just want to be, like I said, we want to confirm things, but we'll have lines, something up, open, and available if there's sports within the next, what do they say, 48 hours, they're going to announce something.
Right, but you'll have a ton of NFL stuff up.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have the NFL futures. We're going to have I mean, of course, that's going to be like we talked about earlier, a little bit of a crapshoot since we don't know who's going to actually make the whole season. But that stuff will be up and ready to go when we open the doors.
What's the Chiefs? What are the Chiefs as far as win total?
Let me see what I got written down. I got 11.5 right now written down, and with the over -140. So
okay, yeah, 11.5, 12-4. Let their guard down. Okay,
no
Blake,
Phillip,
would you go over or under on that?
No Phillip Rivers in that division anymore.
Fair enough.
Rookie quarterback
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
and a rookie
/ Justin Herbert. Yeah.
Okay.
So San Diego, or I keep saying San Diego. LA is no threat. I don't.
Wow.
I mean, I
torched it.
I don't think John Elway and Drew Lock have things ready in Denver.
Yeah. Although people seem to believe that Drew Lock could be really good at some point, but I agree with you.
I think,
and then you don't ever know what the Las Vegas Raiders are going to do.
I think the
with
Chiefs
Gruden.
can sweep their division.
Okay.
That's 6-0. I see over. I don't think they'll have any trouble this season.
All right, so the Chiefs, that's a big boy. I'm not surprised, but that's a big number for the Chiefs. Chris Hopwood, director of the Sportsbook, Golden Moon Casino, Timeout Sports Lounge. They will open this Friday. You can bet $50 there. Play Dancing Rabbit Golf Club for $30. That promo will probably be going on for some time, and so that's been a home run and a hit for them. Not surprising. And look, for y'all, for those of you who haven't been to the Timeout Sportsbook, it's awesome. The layout's great. They've got a super cool bar, TVs everywhere. And as Chris has mentioned, and Ryan on the show several times, you want to download the PRR Sports app because it gives you the opportunity once you're on property to bet, and you don't have to stand in line. which I don't like standing in line at all. So it's a no-brainer. As soon as you get on property, you can see everything that Chris and his team have loaded up, and you can go straight there and bet on the Saints or Mahomes and the Chiefs or Brady and the Buccaneers or Dak and the Cowboys or whatever else is going on. But they're going to be loaded up with NFL. Chris mentioned the NBA games moving 8 to 10 points, which I think is wild and exciting.
Well, how does that go for NFL, though? Because obviously we like to put a premium on the quarterback and skill positions, but if your offensive line room is sick, I mean, we saw what happened to Dak Prescott 2 years ago when just his left tackle was out. I mean, if a whole offensive line is gone, I mean, you're talking about in football 7-10 point swings, right, Chris?
I mean, it's quite possible that those things could happen just as soon as we get the announcement of who's out and what's going on. But, I mean, like I said, just having Brady go down with some of the suspensions when you already knew ahead of time, I mean, those were moving anywhere between 6 and 7 points.
Wow.
So, and we know how key the offensive line is. And, I mean, the two lines are probably the two big keys in football with the protection and also putting pressure.
Okay, fair enough. So if you look, that the equivalent to that could be a quarterback's going to move the needle 5-7 points, and then 3 offensive linemen
is huge.
Could really move the needle, right, Chris?
Yeah, I mean that's going to affect the total points scored because the offense probably won't be able to move the ball as well. I mean it's going to be an awkward season from what I'm used to for the last 20 years, but it's going to be interesting to see how far we're going to try to handicap these games and put numbers up for the guests to be able to have something to bet on.
Yeah, you're going to be running in circles, my man.
Yeah, I mean, we've already been, like you were talking about earlier, just trying to prepare to open both properties we have with the social distancing. And I mean, because that's, like you said, the app is probably going to be the best thing with the social distancing. So you don't have to stand in lines and do the different things that we had to put in place.
Right.
But it's going to be fun. I guess I get to use my head a little bit more with the analytics instead of kind of seeing where the market has numbers and then going off of that with where I have my numbers in my head. But yeah, it's going to be a very fun season.
Yeah, we need to hammer that again. The app is the way to go. PRR Sports. Okay, you can find it, download it. You'll have it. You'll be ready to go. Now, what Chris shared with us, I guess the last year and a half, is here's what's cool about this thing. You can be at the center bar, all right, and let's just say you're coming off of playing blackjack or something, and all of a sudden you say, "Oh, I want to throw some money here or there." You may even want I mean, it's not a huge NBA market. But you may want to bet on LeBron and the Lakers or something.
Golf would
golf's
be big,
another one,
yeah.
and the U.S. Open's around the corner too. So whether you're betting on Tiger, Dustin Johnson, LeBron, whatever it is, you can be getting a Heineken at the center bar, and you don't have to stand in line. So I would download the PRR Sports app, and you'll be ready to go. Chris Hopwood, director of the Sportsbook, Golden Moon Casino, Timeout Sports Lounge. He joins us on the Parish Brewing guest line. They're getting ready to open up this Friday. So, and they're going to have a lot of fun, big crowds, so on. NFL's around the corner. We're still hoping that we play college football, that SEC, ACC, and Big 12 will hold the line. Chris is also going into the NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, and as Blake made a great point, golf is getting bet more and more and more, and the ratings are going up, up, up. And we still have 2 more majors. You have the U.S. Open, which is heavily bet, and then you have the Masters in November, which I think will be a blast, which will coincide with the NFL, hopefully college football too. But talking about a big week at the book, the Masters and the NFL. Blake?
Yes.
Do you have anything?
I do. Chris, with like win totals being so weird, how do you protect against so if I I guess my thought is if we have a COVID shortened season, like the under's a no whammy, right? Like I just take the under on all these bad boys. We're not even going to get to 12 games, let alone 16 for you to win 12. How do you manage against that type of, because I mean, we're in unprecedented times with this atmosphere.
Well, the rules are they have to play the certain number of games or else it's a no bet and it's just a refund. I mean, that protects the house and protects the customer. In case you did bet the over and they only played, say you bet the over in the Chiefs game and they only played 12 games. I mean, you would you wouldn't even have a chance to win. So it protects the house and it protects the player that like they would have to play all 16 games in the NFL.
Okay.
We'll probably have to set special rules for with college sports. If they're going to play a 10-game season, then they're going to have to play all 10 games, or else it's just going to be a refund. I mean, that's what the house rules are for. I mean, we have certain events like golf, except with the majors, and it was probably like the one thing is we had early pool betting with like the Masters back in March. So those bets still have action, but we've let customers get refunds on it if they didn't want to continue on and wait for the Masters. But it was an open pool. But usually they have to play the event within a week. But it was that was just a special thing. So we have rules posted, and if there's any questions, we can answer the different things. Because like right now, another thing going on right now is baseball with the doubleheaders. Like Blake probably knows, when you're betting totals or run lines, you have to play all 8.5 innings to with the home team leading to have those two things count. Well, they only play 7 innings. So, I mean, we had to put a special rule up where it's now the 6.5 inning is now considered a full game for the doubleheaders.
Okay.
So we're letting customers know all this just so they know what the rules are, so that they are prepared for everything too.
I love it. Chris Hopwood, director of the Sportsbook, Golden Moon Casino. They open this Friday, August 14th. And they're going back with the bet $50 at the Sportsbook, play Dancing Rabbit Golf Club for $30, which is incredible. Download the PRR Sports app. That way you're ready to roll. You don't have to stand in line. You can just go and have a good time, get you a beverage, poker, blackjack, whatever it is you're doing, or just take a seat in the Sportsbook and dive into some games and bet right there from your seat instead of stay in line. And you'll still have the kiosks, both the ones in the Sportsbook and over in the center bar, right, Chris?
Yeah, we have the kiosks and the CBT terminals. We put the barriers up there so the guests are separated a little bit with the plexiglass. And like you said, the promo for the golf is going to run through March just like it always does. Hopefully we'll be announcing soon that we have some extra content the guests will be able to have on the app and on the kiosks that won't be available to retail. That it got delayed because of the shutdown, but that hopefully will be announced shortly.
Good. Who's the most bet team in the NFL at your play? It's at the book, at the Timeout Sports book.
It's always the Saints, and then of course behind that is at the time it was the Patriots, which now might be Tampa, and Seattle's usually those are usually the popular teams because they have the popular quarterbacks and players.
Okay, so Saints,
Patriots, number one.
Patriots, and then that could be the Bucks, like you said, and then 3 is Seattle. Is Dallas in the top 5?
Oh, Dallas is definitely top 5, top 3, possibly. I mean, the Ravens, because of all that fancy entertainment with the quarterback play and how well they were playing last year, was that started being heavily bet too.
Okay, and then most bet college football team is Alabama 1.
Yeah, it was Alabama's always 1. LSU's right there. I mean, Clemson is always there too. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Mississippi State and Mississippi, I mean, they're right there too because we got people that will come up and bet the games and then go travel and go watch the games.
Right. I love that. I love that. All right. Well, good. We'll do this again soon. We've got 5 minutes.
I got one more question. What are you guys, or are you looking into other things, assuming college football's off the table? We'll take that route. Let's say it doesn't happen. Are there other sports that you're going to start dabbling in, or other things that like might be more interesting now that like if we don't have college football to bet on? Is there other stuff out there that we should be looking into? Are you getting into like, I don't know, marble racing, water balloon throwing? Like what lines are out there? What can an addict like me go look for, Chris?
Oh, I love it.
Well, right now, I mean, soccer's been a popular thing during the shutdown because they've still been playing and different things. One of the things like we're hoping to announce with this deal we're working on is like virtual sports, where there's algorithms based off of historic sports with basketball and football, and those will actually show like on those new CBTs with the little screens. You'll be able to watch like the virtual sports that you can bet on. So there's a lot of things we're working on trying to get those up and running, and so the customers have something to play. And even times where if hopefully we do have the sports, where here in Mississippi, like some of the games don't start till 6 o'clock in the afternoon or 6 o'clock at night. There's something to do during the daytime with the virtual sports. So there's things working on, and we just it's rough right now, but we want everyone to be healthy, and we still love our sports.
Yeah. Well, good. All right, so you open up Friday. This is good news. Golden Moon Casino, Timeout Sportsbook. And they'll be running the promo through March. That is bet 50 at the Sportsbook, play Dancing Rabbit Golf Club for $30. We highly recommend downloading the PRR Sports app, and that way you can you don't have to stand in line, and you can bet wherever you are on property, which is a lot of – and I'm talking about your hotel room, blackjack table, center bar, wherever else you're roaming around. Chris Hopwood, director of the Sportsbook, Golden Moon Casino on the Parish Brewing Hotline. Chris, we'll be up there soon. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you, buddy.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, Chris Hopwood with the Golden Moon Casino on the Parish Brewing Hotline. They will open Friday, August 14th. If you want to put some money on the Saints, on Dak, let's see, Buccaneers, Seattle, you name it, and college football while we're going that way. Hopefully, again, the SEC, the Big 12, and the ACC, we're all crossing our fingers that they will play. I threw this out on Twitter, Blake, that the NFL will move their games to Saturday if college football doesn't play, and they will not give that real estate back. So
No,
just
put like 2 games at night, right? Like two Saturday afternoon, evening games.
Yeah.
5 o'clock and 7 o'clock or something like that. 4 o'clock and 7.
Look, the NFL is not going to back up. They're aggressive. So if this all gets canceled, you will have football on Saturday. You'll just have NFL football, which I'm great with. I don't care if it's a Bloody Mary game and it's a noon kick, or as Blake said, maybe dropping a 3:30 mid-afternoon that bleeds into prime time and then throwing up another prime time at 7:30 on Saturday night, and their ratings will be through the roof. But I think once they take that real estate, they're not going to give it back.
No, why would you? Why would you ever? And, I mean, they already do that. We've already seen them creep onto Saturday in late December, They do the final playoff games. They'll do the AFC, NFC divisional rounds. They'll do a Saturday night matchup, or Saturday afternoon and night, and then Saturday afternoon and night, Sunday afternoon and night for 2 straight weeks. Why would they not do that every week?
And for someone like the Golden Moon and the Timeout Sportsbook,
it's not a bad thing.
All that will do is just add to having big crowds there. I mean, they know they're going to roll, but if they shift the NFL games over, and they will roll. And again, I don't see the NFL. Do you, Blake? I don't see the NFL giving that back.
No, why would they?
I wouldn't. So we'll see how that looks too. And how will that factor in? Oh, gosh. Think about renewing your contract. You don't have Saturday to yourself anymore. Hello. Hey, the Out of Bounds Show is brought to you by the Fried Catfish Po' Boy, Seafood Gumbo, and the famous charbroiled oysters at Drago's Seafood Restaurant and Oyster Bar. It's National Lazy Day, and Blake said he's going home to watch reruns of SEC football games in his Lazy Boy recliner. We'll see you tomorrow.